for this Thursday night football matchup, we have two heavy hitters going up against each other. The Los Angeles Chargers going up against the Kansas City Chiefs. This is going to be highly, highly anticipated. Probably a very high-scoring match, and we're going to break it down for you right now. Let's get into it. Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Chef D, and I'm here to give you the winning ingredients for your Thursday night football showdown between the Los Angeles Chargers and the Kansas City Chiefs. All right, before I deep dive into this very highly anticipated match, because this is the first time you really get a really good matchup on Thursday night football. Usually it's the Jaguars versus the Lions, so just ugly matchups week after week. But they gave us a gem this one. And like I said, before I deep dive into it, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you're following me on Instagram and Twitter at MetsNetJetsD. Don't forget about the TikTok at Chef_D91. And don't forget about the Patreon if you need more DFS betting and fantasy football advice. All those links will be provided down below. Now, let's get into this matchup, all right? Let's start off with the captain position in this game. There's going to be a lot of methods to victory, all right? When you got a high-scoring affair, I think I want a piece of both sides as well. If you're just thinking about it, going through some of the past matchups between these two teams, if we're just looking at it, the past three matchups, this was the second to last, 34-28, so around 62 points. And then this one was 30-24, 54. So this is a high-scoring affair for this game that we got for Thursday. Right now, the over-under is set at 54.5. Which is perfect for Vegas. They set the line right at that correct number. So let's see where we can go here at that captain position. We're going to start off with Patrick Mahomes at the top, okay? Both quarterbacks are going to be viable in this slate, all right? And I think the best way to do this is probably throw the two quarterbacks in the flex, all right? You can get creative and have one of the quarterbacks in the captain position, but it tends to be one of these pass catching options or even a running back that tends to go off for these high powered two offenses going up against each other. Yes, of course, they can have 4 or 5 touchdowns, but if that wide receiver gets over 100 yards, 8-9 catches plus multiple touchdowns, that is going to lead out at the end of the day. It would have to be some huge rushing upside for that quarterback to really eclipse and be the number one captain position. But we are going to name Patrick Mahomes because Patrick Mahomes in his last 3 games against these Chargers has put up 34.6, 24.9, and 30.5. So really good performances against this Chargers defense. He's the highest priced player for Draftkings right now. So obviously I love his price right here, and he's going to be a solid option for captain. The next guy we're going to look at will be Justin Herbert. Herbert has not had that much success against the Kansas City Chiefs, not as what Patrick Mahomes has done to the Chargers defense. Herbert has been in the middle, has been around that 20 fantasy point range. Hopefully he can take it to another level, but we have question marks with one of his pass catching options in Keenan Allen. Keenan Allen is trending to being out this Thursday in this game, all right, with a hamstring injury. He left week 1 pretty early, so they're probably going to take the time with the older aging wide receiver here. So Justin Herbert is going to be probably out with one of his guys, but I do still like him as one of the options in the captain. All right, so Justin Herbert, Mahomes, but the main guys we're going to focus in on, I think we can definitely, you got Kelsey as the 3rd highest price. I think this can be an easy smash at captain. You're just bypassing Mahomes and Herbert, even though I know a lot of people are going to go there. Kelsey is still there. The number 1 option on this offense is still there. The number 1 tight end in the league is still there for you to put at the captain. And he did not miss a beat in week 1 against Arizona. 8 receptions, 121 yards, 9 targets, and a touchdown. An elite talent. Okay, this is a wide receiver. I don't even look at Kelsey as a tight end anymore. He's going to be one of my favorite plays at the captain. Let's continue to go down, all right? Mike Williams is the next guy to step up. If Keenan Allen is out, then we have Mike Williams. That's going to be the number 1 option in this offense. He's already had a huge game going up against the Chiefs last season. Let's see if I can find it real quick if we go to one of these two games, we can see where we had Mike Williams go berserk. Is it this 30-24 game? I think it's this one right here. Yes. Mike Williams right there. 7 receptions, 122 yards, and 2 TDs. So we know the upside. I know the upside. This man has put up over 1,000 yards in a year, over 10 touchdowns in a year. Last year, he came up with over 1,000 yards and 9 touchdowns, almost, 80 catches? Mike Williams is an absolute beast. Do not be dismayed from his week 1 performance. That happens, okay? This man just got paid. They paid him a ton of money as their number 1 wide receiver, or 1A, 1B wide receiver with Keenan Allen on the field, all right? So Mike Williams is going to be a smash at that captain spot as well. Austin Eckler has had some solid performances in this matchup that we can look at in that captain spot. If you want to change it up a little bit, maybe the Chargers establish the run, even though the Chiefs expect him to throw all over them. Maybe they switch things up. Utilize Eckler because he is a big component in that passing game, all right? With no Keenan Allen, there might be more dump-off passes to Austin Eckler. He saw 4 receptions on 4 targets last week with 36 yards. That can definitely increase when you're losing one of your top-tier wide receivers. You need to utilize your other guys. Austin Eckler is going to be one of them for this game on Thursday. I have another flex guy that's going to be a cheap one for you, but for right now, the main guys and the captain, we got Eckler, we got Mike Williams, all right? So I'll throw him in there. Another guy I like at this captain prices is going to be Clyde Edwards-Helaire. I think he's going to have a renaissance here, all right? A lot of people were down on him last year. That's because he had that gallbladder situation. He lost a ton of weight. He was 40 pounds underweight. So this man was not even at the correct weight for a running back, all right? You need to be stacked, stout, big, built, all right, to be a running back, to take a beating, all right? Clyde Edwards-Helaire was underweight last year, fully healthy this year, and we saw the performance he put against the Arizona Cardinals. 7 rushes, 42 yards, 3 catches, 32 yards, and 2 touchdowns, all right? Clyde Edwards looks great. It was a blowout, so that's why he didn't get that much run in that second half. But this is going to be the lead guy, first, second downs, and in goal line situations. So Clyde Edwards-Helaire is going to be another stamp of approval at the captain, and even a flex. If you already got your captain guy, definitely consider Clyde Edwards-Helaire. All right. Now I have one more guy before we go to the flex, and that's going to be Juju Smith-Schuster. He's looking like the number 1 wide receiver, right? Tight end. Obviously, the number 1 option is Kelsey. The number 1, the next option on this offense will be Juju Smith-Schuster, all right? I like what I saw out of him, getting a nice volume, 6 receptions, 8 targets on 79 yards. He had 2 fumbles, that needs to stop. But Juju is being used. He's healthy. No more Big Ben. He's got Patrick Mahomes throwing the ball, and he's doing a ton of crossing patterns, getting open in space. I'm loving Juju Smith-Schuster on the Kansas City Chiefs. And he's going to rebirth his career after struggling the last 2. So Juju Smith-Schuster is another guy, one of the cheaper end options at the captain that you can focus on. Let's move over to the flex, and I'll give you my plays for the cheaper guys, the guys that are going to fit in the middle of your lineups. If you want to take a risk and put them up at the captain spot so you can spend up at some other positions, yes, you can do that as well. The first guy we're going to talk about will be Joshua Palmer. Joshua Palmer, wide receiver here for the LA Chargers, with Keenan Allen probably out. He's going to be getting a ton of snaps, all right? He was awarded the number 3 wide receiver role, and during preseason, he was outstanding, and now he should get a bump up with Keenan Allen probably out, all right? Look for him to step it up in games where Mike Williams or Keenan Allen were out last year. He was getting double-digit fantasy points in each game. So Josh Palmer is a love at the flex position for Thursday. The next guy we're going to look at will be Miko Harmon. Miko Harmon right now is looking like the Tyreek Hill, just doing the Tyreek Hill routes in this offense, okay? We saw him getting 3 receptions, 6 targets, 16 yards, and a touchdown. Got in the end zone. That was very key for him. He was drafted by the Kansas City Chiefs to be the next Tyreek Hill anyway. If you don't forget, 2-3 years ago, that's why they drafted him. Very, very explosive. And now he gets an opportunity to show his talent. All right, he's been behind a lot of guys, been coming in sparingly. He's getting more of a consistent role this year. Miko Harmon is someone you can consider at that flex position. All right, let's continue to go down the list. We have Marquez ValdesScantling for the Kansas City Chiefs. This is another one. He's getting consistent routes here, being in wide receiver 2 sets. So MVS is Juju on the field and 2 wide receiver sets. In this offense, he's getting an opportunity. You can definitely take a shot on him at 6,400. All right. On the LA Chargers side, Gerald Everett was able to step up last week. They're going to need to lean on him a little bit more. He came through with 3 receptions, 54 yards, and a touchdown. All right. Has great athleticism and explosive, and is very explosive as a tight end for this offense. This was a great acquisition. They even have a great backup in Donald Parham, who's currently like a little bit injured, but Everett can be a solid option as one of your punt in your flex positions for this Thursday night football game. All right. A lot of eyes are going to be on Mike Williams, Austin Eckler. He can fly under the radar. Him and Joshua Palmer, okay, are going to be loves this week. Some other guys that we can look at as punt plays. We have Isaiah Pacheco, but Isaiah Pacheco got more of a run because it was a blowout. I don't see this being a blowout. He's going to get some usage. He's going to get some carries. He was able to take full advantage of it. Got a touchdown in his first game as an NFL player, as a rookie. So Isaiah Pacheco was very impressive, but that was more towards the blowout narrative for Pacheco. Some other guys we can look at will be DeAndre Carter as well. If we're getting really, really cheap at these flex positions, DeAndre Carter is someone else that can fill in the slot with Mike Williams on one side, Palmer on the other. If they're going 3 wide receivers, they're going to throw in DeAndre Carter, all right? So he came from Washington and the Texans. Definitely a slot type of wide receiver that's going to be in this offense. Someone that you can look at if you need to fill in one of the last few spots. DeAndre Carter can be one of your guys. And then Skye Moore, I'll just bring up his name. He didn't get that many snaps in his first career game. He only had 13 snaps, 1 catch, 30 yards. So definitely simmer your temptation on him as well. If we're going with defenses and kickers, I don't think I'm going to go defenses at all in this slate with a total at 54.5. I want to stay clear of both defenses in this game on Thursday. Kickers, you can go that route, but I'm thinking more of the positional players, all right? So we're going to focus in on running backs, wide receivers, quarterbacks, and tight ends. So the way we're going to build, I think the way we're going to build for this lineup, let's clear this out before we go, guys. I think we're going to throw in Mahomes and Herbert, okay, at that flex position, all right? We need to have a pass catcher from both sides of the ball. I like Mike Williams. You can throw Mike Williams. Say we throw Mike Williams in the flex. Let's see. Do we have enough salary to throw Kelsey in the captain spot? We have 1,500 for 2. So we're going a little bit too expensive here. So we're going to take Mike Williams, take Kelsey off. We need to find a cheaper option. So a way you could do this is, like I said, I like Juju Smith-Schuster. Here, you're saving 4,000 salary right there. What if it's a game Miko Harmon comes up? This is a spread offense, all right? There's no more Tyreek Hill and Kelsey, all right? This is Kelsey and a bunch of other guys. So if I want to definitely have Kelsey, we can definitely get creative here. We could throw him in the flex. We can move over to the captain position and go a little bit cheaper here. If we see that Joshua Palmer is someone that steps up, we can throw him at the captain spot, and you still have 8,500 for your last 2 flexes, all right? You can punt down low with the guys I talked about. We have Skye Moore, that's 1,800. You could go with one of the kickers, like I said. You can go with Isaiah Pacheco. We got DeAndre Carter, and we have Gerald Everett down here. All these options down low, all right? If you don't have to go both quarterbacks, because that is a lot of salary right there. You can take one of those guys out and just choose one of the passing options, because I think I see the Kansas City Chiefs winning this game, and I think I like Mike Williams more than just playing Justin Herbert in this game. All right, if you had to make a decision, so I'll throw him in there. You're saving more salary. Now you have 10,700. You can switch your captain spot up there and go with someone else in that Kansas City offense. I want to build a Kansas City stack and go from there. Make sure you bring either 2 or 1 players back on the other side with the Chargers. All right, I think a 5-1-4-2 is going to be a nice build for this game for the Chargers and the Kansas City Chiefs. All right, if you want to go straight balanced, you're going to have to sacrifice some salary because Mahomes and Herbert were priced super, super high. All right, you're going to have to go with the lower options, either a tight end or a second or third wide receiver, so you can fit that type of build with Mahomes and with Herbert. All right, so thank you guys for tuning in. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you follow me on Instagram and Twitter at MessengerSD, and I'll be back with another video very soon. All right, peace out.